another major story developing. November 1st, they're going to cut off SNAP benefits. This is going to have major effect on all of us, guys, not just the people who are losing their benefits. Because you need to think, all these people who are losing the ability to buy food when the economy is already in the gutter and things are already at just ridiculous pricing. How do you think that they're going to survive? What's next? Theft? They're going to have to start stealing food, which means prices are going to raise, which means they will lock things up, which means we might be in martial law a lot sooner than we thought. Because when they have to start controlling the food centers, the Walmarts, martial law, that's when breadlines and everything will start. Okay. When the food centers are no longer secure, that's when your lockdowns will really begin. And when you take the SNAP benefits away from all these people who already have nowhere else to turn, what do you think is going to be the result of this? These people are going to get into survival mode here soon. Whether they come to the stores and start rioting and ransacking the shelves in the stores, or they start coming to your cupboards, they're going to come looking for food here soon, because that's survival. Guys, this isn't good. This isn't good. And I hope that you guys are having discussions within your community about how to take care of one another. Because that's what we need to do. This No Kings protest that's going off tomorrow, if you go to any gathering, go prepared to find a community. Build a community. Build your business card in hand. And I mean this literally. What are your...
All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises. Let me say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Kol Halal La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Bracha, Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and elder bishops here in Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect scattered abroad. I'm the brother Taz of War from the GMS New Jersey camp. And just here with you with a quick video. All right, you heard him. Seen this video was sent to me. And you see, what he's saying, possibly, the scenario of it, which is right now we're in a government shutdown. And they are saying the longer the shutdown, the SNAP, WIC, all government benefits will be cut. And if that happened, like he said, they will have to declare martial law because people are already in a food crisis, looking only one way to get food, the way that the system is designed. So, we could be right around the corner from Jacob's trouble, depending on how, if the Lord willing to fulfill this prophecy, to bring in the beginning of Jacob's trouble, which we already in the beginning, but shit just gonna hit the fan, man. And I remember Elder Apostle Tahar said years ago that when Jacob's trouble hit, you're not gonna have to question it. You're not gonna ask the brother, is this Jacob's trouble? You're gonna know. So, things are gonna get hard and rough. So that's why it's important for you brothers, I myself, you few sisters who believe, stay in the spirit, man, and pray to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because the Lord will deliver you from, a famine. All right, Isaiah 65 and 11 on down. The scriptures where he said, "My servant shall eat." So, it's important, man, to stay in the spirit. All right. I'm gonna play a little bit more of what he's gonna say, and I'll make this a quick video.
Skill sets. What are you good at? What can you offer? Where are you located? Find people in your area. Maybe you might have to relocate if you're able to join up with a tribe or a community, but you are going to need community because this economy is in the gutter. It's done, and they're going to flip the switch here soon. All right? They're lining up all the dominoes and they're knocking them down. And unless you are a billionaire, you are going to be affected by this. You are going to have a lifestyle change We are talking about a financial reset, a world currency reset.
Right.
This isn't done every couple of years.
Right, because the system, you know, like was already been said, you know, the Great Reset, the plan of Build Back Better, you know, Trump's slogan, Make America Great Again. I think about the World Economic Forum, which is the Great Reset, which is to usher in and bring in that microchip, all right, the mark of the beast, okay, which is the microchip. You know, they're looking forward to changing the system digitally, you know, having the money become digital to where they can track, you know, every transaction and movement, you know, not only just your money, but you also will be tracked, all right, because you will have it underneath your skin, fulfilling Revelations 13:16. All right, he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in his right hand or his forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. Let's continue a little bit more.
This is very monumental, guys, so please take this very serious. This isn't conspiracy. This isn't, we've been hearing this forever. No, you're watching it in real time now, guys, and things don't happen overnight. Rome was not built in a day, and it's not reset and destroyed in a day. It takes some time, but that time is running out. Your days are getting shorter. You can all feel it. You just admit it.
Yeah, he's worrying about everybody else. He should be worrying about himself. You know, the time is short, all right? And the days are numbered for Esau's kingdom. This lets you know that his society is crumbling and is on its way out, as is prophesied in the scriptures. All right, 2nd Esdras 6, we all know the scriptures. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You know? Community and all this stuff where he's talking about, you know, and look, it may happen like that in certain neighborhoods, but you know, America wasn't built on unity. How you say it? Unity. You know, this place was basically based off of rape, robbery, and murder. You know, so what's going to happen going on in the streets? It's going to be what it's going to be. You know, and Lord willing, you know, I pray, and I know you brothers pray as well, that the Lord fulfill these prophecies so we can get on to our kingdom. So these things have to happen because, you know, it was already forewritten. You know, so hopefully, you know, what this guy's talking about, emergency news, SNAP benefits cut off November 1st, economic collapse. If it's true, you know, we always got to wait and see if it's true. And if it happens, it happens. If it don't, you know, something will come down the pipe that's going to lead us into the, you know, that shots fired. How would you say? You know, when the race starts of Jacob's trouble, let me say that. Thinking about how the guys running the Olympics and they shoot that gun and then the race start and they racing across the track. So when, you know, the race start, that's when we're going to be in Jacob's trouble, man. All right. And then everything else comes in the mix. World War III, you know, which is already, you know, a hot bed, a hot seat, a hot topic, if you want to say, you know. So everything is already in place, man. So, you know, brothers, few sisters, and I'm talking to the hopeful elect, those in Great Millstone, those who follow Great Millstone and the teachings of Yahweh Basham Shai with the right, correct doctrine, 100% truth, you know. Stay in the spirit and pray, man. All right. Lord willing, you know, we're heading into that this time. All right. This time of prophecy, which is the end of Esau's work.
Because this economy is in the gutter. It's done. And they're going to flip the switch here soon. All right. They're lining up all the dominoes and they're knocking them down. And unless you are a billionaire, you are going to be affected by this. You are going to have a lifestyle change. We're talking about a financial reset, a world currency reset. This isn't done every couple years. This is very monumental, guys. So please take this very serious. This isn't conspiracy. This isn't, we've been hearing this forever. No, you're watching it in real time now, guys. And things don't happen overnight. Rome was not built in a day, and it's not reset and destroyed in a day. It takes some time, but that time is running out. Your days are getting shorter. You can all feel it. You just admit it. Be honest. The literal days do not last as long as they used to, because we are on a countdown. Tick tock, tick tock. Get your homes in order. Get your temples in order. And I want to remind you that it's all about what's going on in your heart right now. How are you treating one another? How are you treating the temple? Are you acting from a place of love and appreciation? Accepting of what you cannot change? Or are you yelling and fighting and arguing with each other and being lost in the land of confusion? Because we are going through trials and tribulations right now. Right now. And we are all being judged right now.
Okay, so I wanted to make a quick point real quick because, he seems to think that, everybody's being judged, which is true, all right? But he fails to realize that this is his kingdom being destroyed from the inside out. He mentioned about Rome wasn't built in a day and it didn't destroy in a day and so on and so on. But see, we're witnessing the fall of Edom and his power structure, right? So real quick, this is Proverbs 11 and 17. The merciful man doeth good to his own soul, but he that is cruel troubleth his own flesh. It says, the wicked worketh a deceitful work, but to him that soweth righteousness shall be a sure reward. As righteousness tendeth to life, so is that pursueth evil, pursueth it to his own death. In Edom, you pursued evil, all right? You pursued trouble, right? It says, they that are of a forward heart are an abomination to Yahweh, but such as are upright in their way are his delight. Now here's the point. Though hand joint in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So I'm not going to play anymore. I know it's a little bit more left. He probably got a lot more to say, but I want to make this a quick video. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Bachak Kadash. Double honors to my apostles and elder bishops here in Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect scattered abroad. Shalom.